Hi guys, welcome back to the garage. So it's Monday, and let me tell you something. Mondays suck. Yeah, today totally sucked. But anyway, I'm here to talk about the fabulous weekend I had. So Tara over at Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, she held her first San Diego meetup, and it was the Five Elements meetup, and it covered earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And so I went to meet Tara, and it turned out that as happened, things happened to other people that were supposed to join us, and it just didn't happen. So it was Tara and I for the whole weekend, which was awesome because then she only had to focus on me. Anyways, we had a wonderful time. She started out, we went to Iron Mountain here, which is up in, I think it's in Poway. Pretty good distance from where I am down here near Mexico. But anyway, we started at Iron Mountain, and it's a hike. And yeah, I'm not the best. I don't have the best physical prowess, but I did hike a little, a very small portion. And Tara was really wonderful. I mean, she's an athletic woman. She's a track coach. She ran track herself when she was in college. She was NCAA, and so yeah. But she was very forgiving of my abilities. But on the other hand, I am going to pat myself on the back because I actually pushed myself further than what I thought I could go over the weekend. And it felt good, and I was really glad that I did it. So, anyway, we started on Iron Mountain, and then we did a little hike, and then we came back to a shaded spot under the trees. And Tara did a guided earth meditation, which was wonderful. It was really good, really, really good. And the earth really responded to us with the signs, and it was just really good. And then Tara, she brought her animal runes and then her Futhark runes with her. So we were drawing runes and she was throwing runes, and it was just so fun. So we spent a little time there. This was on the first day, on Saturday. So we started our Saturday with a morning hike. And then from there we went up to Julian, which isn't too far away, and we went to Dudley's Bakery, and we had us a nice little lunch. And then we continued on up to Julian, and it was the first time, even though I live here, every single time I've gone to Julian, it has been with other people who really didn't want to do the whole entire walk. And so I was really happy that this time I walked the entire town of Julian and got to see finally everything I wanted to see. And so that was really great. I got to go to, Tara took me to her favorite candle shop. I forgot to pull them out, so hold on a second here. That was our first stop. Was the candle shop. And so in the, was it the candle? Oh no, I lied. Our first stop was the incense store. I found an incense store, the Eccentric Ape. Oh my God, you guys, look what I found. Look. Is that a piece of incense or what? But it's citronella, and they're huge incenses. I had no idea they made them this big. But it's citronella. I'm out here in the garage, and we do have little gnats occasionally out here, and little bugs. Not like you do when you're back east with the humidity and the mosquitoes and stuff, but how awesome is this? I already have citronella candles out here, so this was just fantastic. So of course I had to buy me some big old citronella incense. And then we walked around a little bit more, and Tara found her favorite candle store. And I'm so pleased. I found these chakra candles, and they're coconut. It's coconut wax. And so supposedly, coconut wax burns longer and lower than any other kind of wax. This one candle, she said, would last 9 hours. Can you believe that? 9 hours. So they were quite a deal, so I bought 3 of them. So I have 3 of those lovely chakra candles. And so we continued to walk around and look at all the cool shops and stores and stuff. And Tara knew a couple of other places on the side streets that I had never been to because I didn't even know they existed. So there was an old well. So we threw some coins and made some wishes into the well. And it was just really fun. And after that, we walked to the Julian Cemetery. Now, I had no idea. This cemetery is literally on a friggin' hill. Oh my gosh. I didn't think I was going to make it to the top. But you know what? I did. I just slowed down and I went at my pace. And Tara was she was just a sweetheart. Just a sweetheart. You know, she was very concerned over me because I'm not used to doing this, but I really wanted to get up there. And I'm so glad I did. I got not quite to the tippy top, but we got most of the way there. And we sat down and she did a guided meditation for air because there's huge breezes down there in Julian, especially up on the hill, and we were in the cemetery with all these old but you know what, it was really a very warm and loving cemetery. It wasn't creepy. I have a feeling that even if we went to this cemetery at night, it would still have the same feeling. It was very loving and welcoming, and yeah, it was nice. So after we had done our guided meditation, we're sitting there and we're just enjoying the view. I mean, trees as far as you can see. You can't hear any of the hustle and bustle of traffic, you know, because there's not much in Julian. But what happens? Two deer show up in the pasture right next to where we are sitting. And what is even funnier is there are other people in the cemetery walking around and taking pictures and stuff, and they don't even notice it. Don't even notice it. Miss the whole thing. And Tara and I got to watch these 2 lovely deer, you know, feed on the grass, and it was just a wonderful experience to be there. And again, you know, Tara did the runes, and it was great. Everything was just feeding into everything we were feeling. So after that, after our experience there, we walked back to the car, and I was pretty well done. I was, you know, I'm not a hiker, so I really don't know what to expect. So dummy me, I didn't bring any water. Thank goodness Tara had water. But I carried my big ass heavy purse with me all day, and I got way overheated. I mean, I was tomato red. I thought I was sunburned. That's how red I was. But, you know, we got in the car and we drove back down the road to Mom's, which has the famous Julian apple pie. So that was our last stop, our little treat for the day. So we went to the Julian apple pie, Mom's, and we sat in an air-conditioned room and we had our little treat of pie, which was nice. It was really a nice way to end the day. And cooling off, I began to feel normal, and Tara said, "Oh, your color is coming back." So so that was the end of day 1. That was pretty cool. Then day 2, we started at a place called Belmont Park, which I think is in Pacific Beach. And we went directly down to the beach right next to Belmont Park. Went right down to the beach, and we walked on the beach, and we walked in the water, and we were up to our knees in water, and it was so lovely. Oh my gosh, there's nothing that calls my heart more than the sound of the ocean. Even though it's hysterical, I get vertigo, you know, with the moving of the waves. Even if you give me Dramamine, something about the movement, my inner ears just, but I was just mesmerized. I enjoyed being out there in the ocean. I will definitely go back there again by myself. It was great. We spent a good amount of time out there just in the water, kicking and playing, and the breeze, and it was just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And of course, there Tara did a guided water meditation, which again was fabulous. It was really, really nice. And she pulled more runes and animal runes, and so yeah, we enjoyed that. And then we again, because of my physical prowess, her initial thing was we were going to walk down to what's called Crystal Pier, and then from Crystal Pier we would walk over to a place called the Baked Bear, and then after that we would walk back to Belmont Park. The only problem is the trip is 4.8 miles, and I could barely do 2 the previous day. So bless her heart, she took pity on me, and we went back to the car and we drove down to the Baked Bear. So yeah, we drove. I'd never been there before, but they make homemade cookies and they smush ice cream in between, and then they heat it up, and oh, it was the most wonderful, wonderful treat for our time at the ocean and the walk, and so that was a nice treat. And then from there we left and we went to Old Town San Diego, which is someplace Tara and I both love to walk around, and we like to walk the old areas of Old Town. And again, usually when I'm with people, other people, they don't want to do the full walk. They don't want to see everything. They just want to see this, that, and the other thing. So with Tara, we actually walked the whole walk. We visited our favorite shops. Of course, we stopped at South American Imports. And let's see. So I got some stuff here. So we stopped at South American Imports, and I found they're still in the baggies. I haven't even taken them out of the baggies. So I looked down, and this little gem was looking at me. So I thought, I might need to add that to my stone collection. I have several stones that have different words on them. So that ended up in my collection. Oh, I also forgot to say, while I was at the beach, I found these teeny tiny shells came in with the tide. And no matter how many times the tide went in and out, the shells didn't move. So I knew they had to be mine. So I brought a little piece of shells home, little tiny shells. Okay, so back to South American Imports. Then I got my first malachite. I have no malachite. This is my first malachite stone. And I just loved its oddball shape. And so it's like a triangle piece, and I just love it. I just adore it. So I'm very happy to have this. And then I saw these, and they were really just cool looking, and they're called crackle quartz, and they're, it maintains the same basic energies as regular quartz, but they're different colors. I'm sure this is man-made color. But I just thought they were so dang pretty that I had to get a few of them. So I have some crackle quartz. And then lastly is the piece de resistance. And I owe this one to Tara because she's the one who spotted it. This is my new chakra wand. So, and I have instructions on how to use it. And so I'm so excited. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so thrilled to have it. They had ones that were huge. I mean, that were like this big around. And I thought that was a little bit too big for me to handle. So I got this one. So I'm absolutely thrilled. So after we went to South American Imports, we walked even further into Old Town. And of course, you have to go to Miner's Gems. And they're kind of fancy, smancy, expensive stuff. But I saw this, and I thought it was the neatest thing I'd never seen, and I didn't have one for my collection. And it's called a cat's eye, and it's a invertebrate mollusk. Oops. Yeah. It's some kind of a mollusk. See, I have, that's the great thing. They always give you the papers that go with it, but it's called cat's eye. And so, oh, it's a cat's eye snail. It's a piece of sea snail. How cool is that, right? I don't have sea snail, so I do now. So after we went to Miner's Gems, we were walking along and we found an apothecary. So we went in to check out what they had, and they had a lot of soaps, and they had tinctures and oils, and they even had a couple of, they had a tarot book in there. But what I found was tea. They had tea. And so I got a couple of packages of their tea. So I'm looking forward to trying this. Of course, one is Calming Rest, and the other one is Spring Relief. So I'm looking forward to using those. And lastly, when we went all the way down, I was getting really thirsty at that point, and I think Tara was too, because we hadn't had any water or anything really to drink for quite a while. And we're all the way down the end at Old Town, and I spied a place that said coffee and tea, and there was a lady outside, and she had samples, and so we tried one of the samples, and we went to get our tea, and if you bought a package, you got a free large iced tea. And so the strawberry kiwi was the bomb. So they had this, and I think they had a black tea, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was a cute name. It was like Bluebird Lover or something like that. Tara got that one, and then there was also a lemon ginger. And I kid you not, Tara said that she tasted it first before I did, but she said the lemon ginger tastes like Palo Santo smells. And it's true. I tasted it after that too, and that's exactly what it tastes like Palo Santo smells. So anyway, after that, we walked back up through Old Town, and we stopped and we had a nice light dinner. And then, we headed off in our separate directions. But it was just the most wonderful weekend. Hanging out with Tara was so much fun. I learned so much about her and her witchy woo, which is fantastic. If you have an opportunity, she's got an Etsy shop. Go get yourself a reading or anything else. She's got, she makes lotions and potions and sprays, and, she's now making jewelry. So I'll link her Etsy shop below. I'm going to link her channel below too. But I just had to come on and tell you guys about the fantastic 5 Elements meetup with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. You guys should be sorry you missed it. All right. Much love. And I'll see you guys next time.